Hi, I'm Dan. Welcome to Airbrush Garage. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, thanks for coming back. Today we're going to test out some ceramic cutters from a company called Slice. I'm going to be testing these cutters out for the purpose of scratching techniques. Then after that, we're going to even see what other kind of uses around your airbrush shop they may have. So let's get right into it. But before we do, if you like this type of content, please consider subscribing. Hit that bell so you get future notifications. A thumbs up will be great. A couple comments, good or bad, really helps out with the YouTube algorithm, helps build this channel. So after watching the video, if you like this product, I'll put a link down below so you can click on it and go purchase one for yourself. So with that, let's get started. All right, so basically we're going to take a look at 4 different cutters, okay, or scratchers in our case today. And I'm going to be doing it on 3 different substrates of all of the substrates that I would use it to scratch on. And that's going to be canvas. I'm using Tereslate paper, okay, which is a very heavy paper, glossy paper for airbrushing on. And I'm going to be using a metal panel. So before we get started, the cutters that we're going to be looking at are a manual pen cutter, and that's retractable. All of these blades are ceramic. All right, so we got a retractable pen cutter. We got the scalpel, which resembles your X-Acto blade. Okay, the handle is very thin. Take note of that because the next one I'm going to show you is basically the same thing, just with a fancier handle. Okay, so that resembles more of your X-Acto blade. And then you got the craft cutter, which has a really nice knurled handle on it. This is probably the one I would use the most if, I'm sitting down for, quite some time scratching, doing some scratching techniques. Basically has the same blade on it as the scalpel. I think the scalpel might be a little bit pointier. Yes, slight bit pointier on the scalpel. Then this one has a little bit more of a rounded tip on it. Okay, but this comes out just like your regular X-Acto knife. Tighten it up, you're good to go. And then the precision cutter. Okay, this one, I'm not quite sure if the camera will focus in on that tip, but probably sticks up about 1/16 of an inch, and it's just a very little sharp point. Okay, so we'll probably give that one a try too. So let's put some paint on the substrates and let's see how we do. All right, so the first one I'm going to try is a scalpel. Okay, so this is the one that is very similar. They look like basically the same to me. So I think you're going to get the same results. The scalpel, maybe just a little bit more pointed than the craft cutter. So this here is on the aluminum panel. So let's see what we got. Now I would like to say that this is Createx paint. I am using the Wicked colors. A lot of times, of course, for portraits and stuff like that with scraping, I will use the illustration colors, but I did it with the Wicked colors because they dry a little harder. So I do use Wicked colors and I do use scraping techniques with them. So that's why I'm using it. So we'll see, because if it can scrape the Wicked colors, it definitely can scrape the illustration colors. Not bad. I think that scrapes probably just as well as my X-Acto blade. Let's try the craft cutter. Let's turn it around a little bit. Try the back side of it. versus the front side. Sometimes I'll do that with my X-Acto blade. Actually, you get a lot, even more results out of it that way. So if you want a, obviously, if I want a nice, really crisp line, I can use the back of that blade, and that's the results I'm getting. If I want a little bit lighter with the front, which is scraping really nice, actually. All right, so far, I'm very impressed with both on the metal panel. Just real quick, we're going to try the precision cutter. This is the one that has, that very small 16th inch point. And I would imagine if I'm going in tight and I just want to get out a couple little highlights, I mean, you can scrape with it, but I think I would probably use this for like little bits of texture where I'm coming in and I just want to just pull out a couple little highlights, really small. That's working really nice. So I like that one. And the manual pen cutter, I probably wouldn't use this one for this particular. I'd probably use this honestly for opening up boxes in my shop. I probably wouldn't use this for scraping. It's just too big and bulky for this application. It does give you a little bit more of a rounded head. Now it's not as sharp as the other ones. So you're still able to scrape with it just as well as the others, but I probably wouldn't use this just because of the bulk of it when you have other options like the craft cutter or the scalpel to achieve the same result. So it worked out really, really well, in my opinion, on the metal. So let's try it on the Tereslate paper. All right, let's give it the test with all three again. Scalpel first, front part of the blade. Back part of the blade. And I'm really getting really good results actually turning it around and using the back part of the blade. Scratching very easy, such a light touch. And again, if you wanted something a little bit lighter, where you're not so bold, use the front, you're getting a little bit more of a rounded effect to it. Give you a little bit lighter. Wow. I like it. This is the craft cutter. Again, very similar blade. It's just a better holder. I think it's basically the same blade. You will turn it around and get a bolder effect. Yep. And the precision cutter. I like it. I really like it. I would say, all in all, the most comfortable one to hold is obviously the precision cutter. It just feels more like that X-Acto blade. But I'm really impressed with this because when you're using the fiberglass, which I do like, you really got to manipulate, where you're, placing that tip in order to get, but I do like it because in a way, like you said, you can get broad strokes, thin strokes, whatever. But these are a little bit more difficult to get used to using than, if you're already used to using an X-Acto blade. That's a really nice feature. So we got one more to test out. We got the canvas here. We'll start with our scalpel again. Now this is the one I didn't think it would work out the best on. Now it's worked out really good with the other two substrates, but I'm really surprised that this is working out the way it is on the canvas. Wow, very impressed. I'll flip it around, use the back side of the blade. Switch over to the precision cutter again, expect the same results. Yep. And what's really cool about this is I'm catching it a little bit because I'm just, I'm not really paying too much attention to what I'm doing. What's really cool about this too is, I've already cut canvases, believe it or not, for doing it improperly. When I was first getting started and stuff like that. It's going to be really hard to cut the canvas with this particular tool. So that's a plus. Again, you want to keep very light. Very light-handed, you're not pushing hard at all. So one more thing, we'll try that precision cutter. Now this is very sharp again. Well, there you go. All right, one more thing. The retractable pen cutter is probably going to be better served around your shop to open up boxes. And that's what I'm going to use it for. Just because there's other cutters that are more suited for scratching. Will this scratch your painting? Absolutely. But it's kind of big and bulky. And if you're going to be sitting there scratching away for, half an hour, 20 minutes, whatever it may be, this is a little cumbersome. But I will show you how well it does cut a box. Okay. Cuts a box just as well as any cutter, and the beauty part of it is it's not going to cut you. Well, there you have it. Let the test results speak for themselves. Canvas, airbrush paper, or metal. To me, it worked well on all of them. Worked just as good as my X-Acto blade. I will be utilizing these tools in my shop. Well, there you have it. The proof is in the test results. It worked really well on all three substrates. So I'm going to really enjoy these tools in my shop, and it's going to be a really nice addition to my arsenal of tools that I put in my airbrush toolbox. So with that, hope you like this content. If you do, please consider subscribing. Hit the bell below so you get future notifications. A thumbs up will be great. couple comments, good or bad, really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to check out the Slice link below so you get some of these for your shop. And with that, we'll see you in the next video.